Welcome to Psychology of Humans. Today, we're diving deep into the psychology of overthinking, why our minds get stuck on repeat, what's happening in the brain, and how to finally regain control of our thoughts. Overthinking isn't just about thinking too much, it's a mental trap where we replay the past or predict the future, trying to find certainty in a world that rarely offers it. We convince ourselves that if we just think hard enough, we'll discover a perfect solution, but instead, we end up feeling anxious, drained, and indecisive. So, let's explore the psychology behind it, and how you can begin to break the cycle. 1. Why we overthink. At its core, overthinking comes from our brain's survival mechanism, the need to feel safe and in control. When faced with uncertainty, the mind starts scanning every possible outcome, just as our ancestors did when assessing danger in the wild. But in the modern world, we're not avoiding predators, we're avoiding failure, rejection, and regret. The same system that once kept us alive now turns against us, amplifying minor worries into major problems. Psychologists call this cognitive rumination, the process of replaying events over and over, analyzing what went wrong, or what might go wrong next time. It's like your brain gets stuck in a feedback loop, trying to resolve something that can't be solved through thought alone. 2. The illusion of control. Overthinking gives us the illusion that we're doing something productive. We tell ourselves, if I just think about it a little more, I'll feel ready. I'll make the right choice. But instead of clarity, we only create mental noise. Studies show that overthinking activates the same brain regions associated with stress and anxiety, particularly the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for detecting threats. The more we overanalyze, the more our stress hormones rise, convincing the body that something is wrong even when everything is fine. In other words, the body reacts to our thoughts as if they were real events. The mind thinks, the body believes. That's why you can feel physically exhausted after a day of overthinking. Your brain has kept your body in a constant state of tension. 3. The cost of overthinking. Overthinking has real consequences, emotionally, mentally, and even physically. It leads to decision paralysis, where we delay action because no option feels completely safe. It creates mental fatigue, where focus becomes difficult and creativity dries up, and it fuels self-doubt, convincing us we're not capable or confident enough. The more we think, the less we do, and the less we do, the more we think. This becomes a self-perpetuating loop that can damage relationships, careers, and even our health. Researchers at the University of Michigan found that people who overthink frequently have higher levels of cortisol, the stress hormone linked to anxiety and depression. Over time, chronic overthinking can even rewire the brain, making worry a default state. 4. The difference between reflection and rumination. It's important to understand that not all thinking is bad. There's a healthy form of self-reflection that helps us learn, grow, and make better decisions. The problem arises when reflection turns into rumination, when we're no longer learning, but reliving. Reflection is solution-focused. It asks, what can I learn from this? Rumination is emotion-focused. It asks, why did this happen to me? Reflection ends with insight. Rumination ends with anxiety. So, the key is to catch when you cross that line, when thinking stops being helpful and starts being harmful. 5. How to stop overthinking step by step. Breaking the cycle of overthinking isn't about silencing your mind completely. It's about retraining your attention to focus on the present moment and take action rather than endlessly analyze. Here are 6 proven methods that psychologists recommend. Step 1. Label your thoughts. When you notice your mind spiraling, simply label it, I'm overthinking. This creates a small space between you and your thoughts, a concept rooted in mindfulness. That small gap is powerful. It's where awareness begins and control returns. Step 2. Interrupt the loop with action. Overthinking thrives in inaction. When you start doing something, even something small, you shift your brain from the analytical mode to the experiential mode. Wash the dishes, go for a walk, journal for 5 minutes. Action brings you back to reality, where problems exist in proportion, not imagination. Step 3. Practice the 5-minute rule. If you can't stop thinking about a problem, give yourself 5 minutes to write everything down, every worry, fear, or possibility. Then stop. You've given your brain permission to release it. Writing helps your thoughts take shape, and once they're out of your head, they lose their grip. Step 4. Challenge the what-ifs. Ask yourself, what evidence do I have that this will happen? Overthinking thrives on assumptions, not facts. When you challenge your thoughts logically, most of them collapse under scrutiny. Your brain needs to learn that not every thought deserves belief. Step 5. Schedule worry time. It sounds strange, but allocating a specific time to think about your worries, say, 15 minutes a day, can reduce how much you ruminate the rest of the time. You're telling your mind, not now. We'll deal with this later. Over time, your brain learns to relax outside of that window. Step 6. Focus on what you can control. Most overthinking comes from trying to control what's out of our control. Other people, future outcomes, or past mistakes. The antidote is radical acceptance. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If it isn't, then let it go. Energy spent on the uncontrollable is energy wasted. 6. The role of self-compassion. Overthinking often hides a deeper belief that you must be perfect or you'll fail. This perfectionism fuels anxiety and turns simple decisions into emotional minefields. Self-compassion breaks that pattern. It means giving yourself permission to make mistakes, to be uncertain, and to not have every answer right now. Psychologist Kristen Neff's research shows that people who practice self-compassion experience less anxiety, more motivation, and faster recovery from stress. When you replace self-criticism with understanding, overthinking starts to lose its power. 7. Rewiring the brain. The good news is that overthinking isn't permanent. The brain can change through neuroplasticity. By practicing mindfulness, gratitude, and focused action, you train your mind to stay grounded in the present moment. Meditation, for example, has been shown to reduce the default mode network, the brain system linked to daydreaming and rumination. Even 10 minutes a day can make a measurable difference. Think of it like this. Each time you choose awareness over rumination, you're rewiring your brain for calm rather than chaos. 8. The power of letting go. One of the hardest lessons in psychology is learning that not every thought deserves attention, and not every problem has a perfect solution. Letting go isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's the decision to stop fighting the past or fearing the future, and to simply exist in the now. Peace doesn't come from thinking your way into it. It comes from feeling safe enough to stop thinking. Final thoughts. Overthinking is a mental habit, not a personality trait, and habits can change. The more you practice awareness, action, and acceptance, the quieter your mind becomes. You'll start noticing that life feels lighter, decisions come easier, and your energy returns. Your mind was never meant to be a cage. It's meant to be a compass, guiding you, not trapping you. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.